Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to Rancho Jurupa RV Resort and Campground, which is actually a Riverside County run facility, if I'm not mistaken. This map actually, oh yep, it is a Riverside County thing. We are in spot 218 in the Cottonwood campground. Now me and my family, this is actually, in terms of local campgrounds, this is actually a frequent stop for us. I remember my first visit, well I'll get to a little bit more on this part in a second. But in my very first visit with my family's RV, we stayed in the Lakeview Campground. I said before we were in the Cottonwood Campground. Now, for the longest time, the Lakeview Campground was very outdated. It was just more of a dirt lot with tent spots. That is actually, they very recently updated it. This is a Labor Day 2025 weekend. So I'm going to actually have to drive down there and give you a driving tour, because I haven't seen the new updated renovated section yet. But we are here in the Cottonwood campground, which is where we're going to be staying. Now my family's RV actually isn't here yet. I drove separately, so this will give us a chance to look at what each standard spot looks like. So I checked in at the kiosk over here pulling in, and then came in through here. Originally I thought I was in this first row right here, but then I snaked around and found myself here at 218. We're right next to the restroom facility, so that's convenient for us. We always try to find spots, like I think when we booked it ahead of time, we have the opportunity to choose where we want to stay, and we always stay on the Cottonwood side. But one of these days we're going to have to try out the Lakeview side now that it's been updated. Anyway, let's step out here before the RV gets here. My parents are driving it, and we'll look at what a standard campsite looks like for RVs. They have tent sides, but you have to be in the Lakeview side. There's no tent camping allowed on this side. So we are here with the world's cleanest exterior. For those of you who know my car wash videos. And we'll start with the check-in process. So usually you pull right on into the booth. I didn't actually record the check-in process. But each vehicle on your reservation will get one of these little passes here. Speed limit is 5 to 10 miles an hour. 5 miles an hour on the campground section. And on the road out there that takes you down to the Lakewood campground, that's usually 10 miles an hour. So you have to be very slow. Each vehicle will get one of these, like I got one, and then our RV are going to get one as well. Some of these spots are actually pull-throughs, but we ended up in a back-end spot this time. We'll go ahead and start out with basic amenities. You get one of these table picnic benches, same ones that I had in elementary school. Sometimes it looks like this one appears to be a bit dirty, which, you know, for being outdoors, can't really help that. Whenever I've said it before in my previous reviews, I'd always advise bringing a tablecloth to put over it, and we do usually. You get one of these little basic fire pits, which can be used as a barbecue if you desire. This is what I'll put in wide angle view lens. Our spot is not terribly long, but well, actually it kind of is, but I mean, it's enough to fit in I think our motorhome is about 39 foot, maybe 40 foot, so it'll fit in here just fine. Here is your hookups, and each spot is actually labeled by a clearly readable sign, so you know where to find it when you're pulling in. They give you a map as well. The lady who checked me in actually drew a little mark to know where I was going. That's nice that they actually offer a plaque here to say to let them know if there's issues. Got a QR code there. This is our powerhouse, manufactured by RV Park Hookups Incorporated. These are circuit breakers, your plug, like your wall plug, and then your actual hookups for your motorhome if your motorhome has one. Since before unplugging receptacle turn breaker off to the off position. I'm sure that's a problem. And not everybody reads. This also serves as a little lamp too. Looks like that's a little hose holder on the side. And then you have a water supply right there. Oh, and then your sewer hookups as well. That's what that is. And that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of what you bring. Now, let's actually go check out the Lakeview section because, as I mentioned, it's recently updated. Alright, so this is Cottonwood Lane. They actually have each of these little roads that lead to all the campsites on either side. They have them all named. I started the camera a little early so you can kind of get a look at what some of the other spots look like. Some of the areas you'll end up with, I mean, it's kind of hard to see because I put you on dash cam so I can not get a ticket for having a phone in my hand. Some of the sections you can actually end up with a lot of grass space, which if you have children or pets, is perfect. And I mean a lot of grass space. And they also have a walking trail. I'm not sure if you see the crossing in front of me, but in that little bush area, there's actually some hidden trails. So obviously, if you during rattlesnake season, you're going to want to watch out for those snakes. This is an area to find them. There is the splash pad. They also have a golf course over there, and there should be like a little mini rock climbing thing. It's not necessarily like a manned thing. It's just some areas with rocks. I mean, in theory, you could climb on them. Just if you fall off and you break your leg, that's your problem. And this over here is the day use area. And I believe that there's also like a man-made lake here, which you're probably going to see in a bit. But there's two main playgrounds in the day use area. This is the first one here. There's also some restroom facilities in this section too. These are the cabins to my left. Those are all rentable. Looks like they got maybe like 10 or 12 in there. That's a rough count. So we are actually approaching the Lakeview section, which now has as I mentioned before, it used to be just a dirt area. It was much more run down than the Cottonwood campground. But before we do, we run into the actual, they call it the primitive area, but I believe this is actually where a lot of the group tent camping and overflow parking is. If that sign is anything to go by, it's down that path. And this is the newly paved and renovated Lakeview Campground. And this is a first impression. I haven't seen this area. The last time I was here about a year ago, they were in the process of actually repaving it, so this whole section was actually closed off. And by the way, this grass wasn't here, so they must have done a good job with the grass. So unlike the Cottonwood campground, the actual RV spots are not concrete, but the actual driving paths are. There's that lake. I mean, it's hard to see through all the bushes, but you can actually go fishing there if you have the permits. There's a park ranger there, so I'm going to go ahead and put that up there. So this is another overflow area, all this grass to my right. And the grass, as I said, the grass wasn't here too. This was all dirt. You can still see remnants of some of the grass. Some of the dirt areas. They did a pretty decent job. I just wish that they would have paved the spots while they were at it. But hey, this is still a significant improvement. There is your restroom facilities over there. I wonder if they renovated those, because when I was we stayed here the first time, it was so it looked run down too, but I would imagine they may have done renovations, or if they haven't, they will soon. I'm not sure if this area had hookups as well. Like, you can actually see here, since there's no one behind me, I'll go ahead and stop here real quick. Like, this one has not nearly as it doesn't look, it looks a little bit different on the hookups, but they exist. The hookup stations are a little bit different. You could say they're a little more basic than the ones in the Cottonwood area. Then again, this is a significant improvement. I mean, I'm gonna have to maybe convince my parents to get a spot here just so we can see next time we're out here. Get a spot down here just to see how much better it is. And I'm sure I'll do a video on that at some point if I do it. This is an actual dump station over there. That little turnout right there. So I'm not sure if these don't have the sewer hookups like the Cottonwoods do, but at least they give you the dump station. I just dropped my camera, but there is the actual lake. You can see someone's actually fishing there right now. Alright, let's go look at the day use area, and that'll pretty much conclude our full driving tour. Alright, so this is the day use area I mentioned earlier. I guess we'll loop around this side. Fortunately for the day use area, there is no shortage of parking. As you're gonna see, there is like every little section of the path here has parking spots. I mean, obviously they're not for motorhomes. This is just for like people coming down here to use the park for the day. I'm not sure what the fee to use the day use area is. I've never paid it before. We've only ever camped here, me and my family. They must have repaved this section too, because I actually remember this concrete. I remember riding my bike on it was in much worse condition the last time I was here. So they must have repaved this as well. In any case, just like the other area, they did a good job of it. So this is the, you see though with all the red play equipment over there, after we get past this dip. This right here, since there's no one behind me, I don't make sure no one's behind me when I'm doing this. This is the second playground area I was telling you about. I believe there's only 2 of them in the day use area. There might be a third one. If it is, it's down here, down this path. But here's a better look at the lake area. You could maybe set up under a tree. In this area back here, which you couldn't see, this is partially why I wanted to come actually drive through this, because the view I gave you from the main road doesn't really give it a full view. I think this is just extra parking. I don't think that there's anything of note here, like of use, with the exception of parking and then the extra restroom facilities, but you see on the right. Although, I'm not sure if that's another lake over there. Like you see, like there's like a, not sure what you'd call that. Forgot the name. What you call that? See, I see water over there, so I'm not sure if maybe the lake runs around here. That might be a second fishing area. I didn't even know that existed, in all honesty. I think that's just like a grass area. But I mean, you probably could rent some of those, I forgot the names of them, but you can rent some of those like tent-looking areas over there. Maybe have a birthday party or something. There's no shortage for a children's birthday party. I'm sure it would suit well with all that grass area. A lot of places for them to run around. That is, if children still do that these days. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to see. Just to kind of sum up the amenities in case you might have skipped through and missed some. We got the golf course and the splash pad in the front. One more thing about the splash pad. If you're gonna use a splash pad on a weekday, on a weekend, excuse me, make sure that you bring your patience and get your spot early, because it does get very crowded over there. I know that from experience. And sometimes you could be neck to neck with the party next to you. But they got that. They've got Dippin' Dots inside the convenience store, and that's also where you pay if you want to use the mini golf course, which I've done before. It's pretty fun. You got the day use area. You've got 2 now very nice campgrounds, with one of them having updated roads and stuff. I'm sure more updates are to come. I would imagine maybe they'll actually pave these spots in the Lakeview area, Lakeview Campground. But yeah, I mean, for just like a county-run facility, this isn't a bad place to maybe spend a weekend. I know me and my family and my friends that we have stayed here on numerous occasions, most notably for New Year's, and it's honestly, it's just a very nice area to come and hang out for a weekend. It serves as a very good weekend spot. Or maybe if you want to do a midweek getaway, you probably could just do something here instead of, you know, traveling cross country. This is a good local option for us locals out here. I have no idea what the rates are, but I'm sure they're available on the Riverside County website, or if you look up the Google result for Rancho Jurupa, you probably can find the rates there too. Anyway, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this little campground tour. I haven't done too many of these. Usually I don't do these campgrounds very well. I'm kind of learning how to make these types of videos. But I hope you enjoyed it, and that is all. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, and there's, you can probably see it better now. There is that